Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Welcome to online class. Okay. So without any further delay, let me see the number. Okay, 22 students have joined the classroom, and I would like to request you all to turn on your video. Okay, otherwise you may be out of the classroom. All right. If you want to be in the classroom, if you want to be in the classroom, and if you want to study, then please turn on your video. Otherwise, I'll have to say sorry. So this, where are you? Okay, students. Now let me share the screen. All right, now we shall learn from the slide. Okay, and I shall share you the slide as well. Okay, so we also learned about input work and output work. All right, so listen once again. So input work is work done on the machine or work done by the effort, that is input work. Mathematically, input work is given by the formula effort into effort time. And if you talk about load output work, the useful work which is done by the load, or the useful work which is done by the machine, that is called output work. And it is also called work done by load, and it is given by the formula load into load arm or load into load distance. Okay, so if you see the figure here, this is the figure of lever. Okay, this plank, the rod like this structure, it is called lever. And on one side of the lever there you can see load, and other side of lever there you can see effort. And this lever, it is balanced by this point. Okay, this triangular, you can see triangular shape structure. This is called fulcrum. So as last time I told you, the balancing point at which the lever is balanced, this is called fulcrum. Okay, the balancing point at which the lever is balanced, this is called fulcrum. And this is load. The distance between fulcrum and load is called load arm. Okay, the distance between fulcrum and load, that is called load arm. And the distance between fulcrum and effort is called effort arm. You can see here, this is effort. Okay, and this is fulcrum. So यहाँदेखि यहाँसम्मको distance up to edge, okay, up to here. This distance is called effort arm, or you can say effort distance. You can see here the distance between load and fulcrum is called load arm or load distance, and the distance between effort and the fulcrum is called effort arm. We learned this in previous class, and we also learned this one. And there is a numerical. Okay, here this is one of the most important numericals. Okay, so calculate input work and output work. You can see the question there. Calculate input work and output work if load is 20 Newton. Okay, load is given as 20 Newton. You can see the numerical there. Load is 20 Newton, and effort is 50 Newton. Effort is 50 Newton. Okay, and then effort, and given that load arm is 3.75 meter. Load arm here 3.75 meter, and effort arm, that is 5 meter. And question says calculate input work. Here input work. So input work, you can write your solution. Input work is given by the formula E into EA, or E into effort arm. E stands for effort, EA stands for effort arm. So if you multiply 15 into 5, that becomes 75. So 75 joule, Joule, joule in shortcut you can write capital J. So 75 joule is input work, and similarly output work is also calculated by the formula load into load arm. That is also 20 into 3.75, that is equal to 75 joule. Okay, this is how we calculate input work and output work. All right, now let's learn about the ideal lever, or you can say ideal lever is also called perfect lever or perfect machine. If the lever is ideal, or if the lever is perfect, then it is called ideal lever or perfect lever, or you can say ideal machine. It is also called frictionless machine. Frictionless machine means the machine which works without friction. Okay, this one, friction without, if any machine that works without friction, then that is called frictionless machine. Actually, in practical life, in real life, okay, in practical life, in real life, this frictionless machine is not available. Okay, it is just imaginary. Okay, we can imagine about that one, but it is not. This does not happen in real life. Okay, so if the machine is perfect, please keep it in the mind. Okay, this is very much important one. If the machine is perfect machine भनेको के हो भने, यदि कुनै पनि मसिनको इफिसियन्सी, यदि कुनै पनि मसिनले चाहिँ फ्रिक्सन नभइकन काम गर्यो भने, if a machine work without friction, okay, if a machine work without friction, that is called perfect machine or perfect lever or frictionless machine. Okay, and if the machine is frictionless, okay, if the machine is said to have, if the machine is said to be frictionless, or if the machine works without friction, in that case output work is always equal to input work. Okay, kun belama output work and input work equal huncha re. When the machine is frictionless, okay, in that case output work is equal to input work. That is mathematically output work that is given by the formula effort into effort time, and input work is given by the formula effort into effort time, and output work is given by the formula load into load time. So this formula effort into effort time equals to load into load time. This condition is called principle of labor. Just keep it in mind. This condition I have highlighted one, I have given blue color, and the formula I have given red color. You will have to understand clearly so that it will be easy for you to understand. So I give the proper color. Anyway, when the lever is perfect, or when the lever works without friction, when the lever is frictionless, in that case output work is equal to input work. Mathematically, input work equals to output work, that is effort into effort arm equals to load into load arm. So this formula, this condition is called the principle of lever. This condition is called principle of lever. Okay, so students, are you clear about principle of lever? Okay, Mukta, please unmute once.
Yes,
Tell me,
sir.
what is principle of lever?
When a machine works without friction, the input work is always equal to the output work, and that is called the friction of lever. The
That is called
principle
the
of lever.
principle. Yes. What happens when input work and output work are equal?
When input work and output works are equal, then a machine is
No, no. Tell me the formula. What happens when output work and input work are equal? Which formula? Tell me the formula.
effort into effort arm equals to load into load arm.
That's fantastic. That's beautiful. Great. Actually, as Mukta said, when the lever is in balance condition, or when the lever is working frictionlessly, when the lever there is no friction at all, when the lever is perfect, or when the machine is perfect, when the machine is ideal, please keep it in mind. Okay, ideal machine, perfect machine, frictionless machine are same thing. Did you get the point? Understand? Is that understandable? Ideal machine, keep it in mind. Ideal machine, perfect machine, frictionless machine are same thing. Okay, so when the machines are frictionless, or when the machines are ideal, or when the machines are perfect, in that case input work is equal to output work. That means effort into effort arm equals to load into load arm. So this condition, this situation is called principle of lever. This situation is called principle of lever. Okay, let me share once again. See on the screen. Okay, for ideal lever or ideal machine, perfect machine, frictionless machine, the output work is equal to input work, always equal to input work. Mathematically, input work equals to, this is the equality sign, input work equals to output work, and we can calculate input work by using this formula, effort into effort arm equals to output work can be calculated by this formula, load into load arm. When these two conditions are equal, when effort and load arm, when input work and output work are equal, effort into effort arm equals to load into load arm. So this condition is called principle of labor. Okay, students, any confusion there? Rosumi Khatri, unmute please.
Yes, sir.
Any confusion there?
No, sir.
Good, wonderful. Rosen Rai.
No, sir.
Any confusion there? No. Okay, very good. Divaska Ranavat.
Yes, sir.
Any confusion there?
No, sir.
Okay, Ayut Rizal, are you there? Ayut, your video is not turned on. Okay, maybe you will be out of the classroom next time. Please make sure about it. Okay, Ayut Rizal, I cannot see his face. So Utsa Rai, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's wonderful. All right. Diksha Kimire,
Yes, sir.
are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. And as I told you earlier, please keep it in your mind. Keep that formula in your mind. Okay, effort into effort distance, or effort into effort arm equals to load into load arm. That is very much important formula. Okay, that formula will be used in solving numerical problems, right? Yes. Now let me share screen. Okay. Okay. So these things we learn. Now let's go to the next slide. Now, so let us classify lever. Okay, basically lever can be classified into three categories. Lever can be classified into three categories. They are first class lever, second class lever, and last but not the least we have third class lever. Okay, so lever can be classified into three. There are three types of lever: first class lever, second class lever, and last but not the least we have third class lever. So lever, there are three types of lever: first class lever, second class lever, and last but not the least we have third class lever. Right now let's go to the another slide. Now let's talk about first class. So you can see the picture there. Okay, see the picture there. There is a lever, and in the middle there is a red one. This is fulcrum. Okay, you can see the labeling there, and one side there is effort, and other side there is load. So in this lever, fulcrum is placed between load and effort. हेर त यो लिभरमा के छ, बिचमा फल्क्रम छ, बिचमा भनेको ठ्याक्क बिचमै होइन है, फेरि जहाँ भयो नि हुन्छ, लोड र एफर्टको जो बिचमा जहाँ भयो नि हुन्छ, यहाँ पनि हुन सक्छ, यहाँ पनि हुन सक्छ, नो प्रब्लम एट अल, बट द फल्क्रम should be situated in between load and effort. This one is one end has load, other end has effort. So if fulcrum lies between load and effort, this is called first class lever. होइन, हेर त, the lever is said to be first class. You can see the definition there. The lever is said to be first class if fulcrum is situated at any point between load and effort. This one is load, this one is effort, and at the middle there is fulcrum. So if fulcrum lies between load and effort, this is called first class lever. Example: scissors, a pair of scissors, beam balance, pliers, seesaw. These are the examples of the first class lever. Let me see a first class lever. There is load. Okay, it is the example of seesaw. Right? In Nepal, it is called Dhikicham. You might have seen your small brothers who are studying in playgroup. They might be playing this kind of game. Okay, this is Dhikicham, seesaw, and on one end there is one person sitting, other person sitting on the other side, and at the middle there is fulcrum. So in this case, fulcrum fulcrum lies between what? Fulcrum lies between load and effort. Load is here, effort is here, and fulcrum is in between. So this is called first class lever. Okay. So the lever is said to be first class. The lever is called first class if fulcrum is situated, or fulcrum is placed at any point between load and effort. Okay, when the fulcrum lies between load and effort, it is called first class lever. Example: pair of scissors, beam balance, pliers, seesaw. These are some examples of the first class lever. Okay, you can see the picture here. Okay, it is seesaw. At the middle you can see fulcrum, load, effort. So it is also first class lever. Now you can see in first class lever, this is very much important note. Please focus, keep it in your mind. Okay, in first class lever, effort arm is shorter. This one is effort arm. So in first class lever, effort arm is here. Okay, effort arm of first class lever is longer. So this one is effort arm. Here your effort arm भयो, because the distance between fulcrum and effort, it is effort arm. Effort arm is longer than load arm. This one is load arm. जहिले पनि फर्स्ट क्लास लिभरमा के हुन्छ भने effort arm भनेको effort distance भयो. Effort arm is always greater than load arm. है, keep it in mind that effort arm is always greater than load arm, which is why effort arm is always greater than load arm, which is why it magnifies the applied force. के गर्छ यसले? फोर्सलाई मल्टिप्लाई गर्छ. That means by applying less force, you can lift a heavy load. Okay, by applying less force, since by using this lever, since by using first class lever, by applying less effort, by applying less force, we can do heavy work. Right? That means effort arm of the first class lever is longer than load arm, which is why it magnifies the applied force and makes our work easier. Okay, so since it multiplies the force, it increases the. Okay, Wayne, listen to me once again. There was power outage. Okay, light went out. Anyway, when the lever is in balance condition, so as I told you earlier, there three types of lever: first class lever, second class lever, and last but not the least, we have third class lever. Okay, so as I told you earlier, the lever in which fulcrum is situated at any point between load and effort, this is called first class lever. You can see fulcrum at the middle. This is load and effort. So the lever is said to be first class if the fulcrum is situated at any point between load and effort. Example: pair of scissors, beam balance, pliers, seesaw. Okay, and as I talked earlier, okay, in first class lever, effort arm is always longer than load arm. In first class lever, effort arm Effort arm means the distance between this is effort and this is fulcrum. This is called effort arm. Okay. So in first class lever, effort arm is always longer than load arm, due to which it magnifies. That means it multiplies the force and makes our work easier. So this is about first class lever. Okay. So students, are you clear about first class lever? Like us to please unmute once. So tell me how first class lever makes our work easier. How does first class lever make our work easier? Okay, Ismarika. How does first class lever make our work easier?
First class lever makes our work easier because it applies, magnifies because it magnifies the applied force and makes our work easier.
Okay, how does it magnify the applied force?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, how does simple machine or how does first class lever make our work easier? What does it do?
First class lever have effort arm which is longer than the load arm, so it magnifies the applied force and make our work easier.
That's beautiful, fantastic. Yes, in first, as I told you earlier, in first class lever, fulcrum lies between. Let's say this is first class lever, and can you see this colored one? So let's say it is fulcrum. Here is fulcrum. Here is load. Here is effort. So effort arm is longer. This is fulcrum. This is, let's say this colored one. It is fulcrum, and let's say I have kept here is load, and this is effort. So effort arm is longer than load arm. Effort arm is longer than load arm. So when the effort arm is more, when the effort arm is more, when the effort arm is more, what does it do? The effort will be multiplied. Okay, the force will be multiplied, the force will be magnified. That makes our work easier. Okay, did you get the point? So by applying least force, you can lift a heavy load, or you can lift a heavy block or heavy object by using first class levers. So that is, this is all about first class lever. All right, so I hope you people are clear. So let me share the screen once again. So it is first class lever. You can see the picture there. Now let me go to next slide. Now let us go to second class lever. So the lever, now you can see the figure. Okay, first of all, without, you can let me explain the figure. So in this figure you can see, in this figure you can see load at the middle. This one is load, okay, and this one is fulcrum, and this one is effort. So load is in between. Load is in between fulcrum and effort. So the lever in which load is in between. Load lies between fulcrum and effort. That is called second class lever. Look at this person. This person is using wheelbarrow. This is called wheelbarrow. You might have seen this one. Okay, there is wheelbarrow. You can see here. So this person is carrying something. Maybe he is carrying construction material, maybe sand or something like that. So he is using wheelbarrow, isn't it? So this wheel is taken as fulcrum, and this sand, this material is taken as load. So fulcrum is here. This load is lies at the middle, and this person is applying force. So this is effort. So in this case, load is in between fulcrum and effort or not? This is fulcrum. Wheel is taken as fulcrum because at this point the lever is balanced. As I have already told you, the point at which the lever is balanced, that is called fulcrum. Okay, जुन पोइन्टमा लिभर ब्यालेन्स हुन्छ त्यसलाई फल्क्रम भनिन्छ. So you can see at this point the lever is balanced. So this is fulcrum and this is load. This person is this is handle. So he applies force at this handle. So this is effort. So see here, load is in between fulcrum and effort. So this is called what? This is called second class lever. Okay, do not write on the screen. Right, so this is called second class lever. So the lever is second class. The lever is said to be second class if load is situated. Load is situated at any point between fulcrum and effort. So load should be in between. Load should be at the middle of fulcrum and effort. This is called second class lever. Example: wheelbarrow, lemon squeezer. These are the examples of the second class lever. Wheelbarrow, lemon squeezer, knot cracker. Knot cracker means that is used to cross knot. Supari katne huncha ni. Knot cracker. Bottle opener. These are some examples of the second class lever. Okay. Alright, students, are you clear about second class lever? Okay, Diksha, unmute please.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is first class lever?
The lever is said to be first class if the fulcrum is situated at any point between load and effort.
Okay, what is fulcrum then?
Fulcrum is a balancing point where a lever is balanced.
Fantastic. Great. And then, can you give me some examples of the first class lever?
Crowbar, scissors, pilars, seesaw,
Not pliers,
etc.
pliers.
etc.
Good. Okay, Alaika Shrestha, unmute please.
Yes.
Now, do you hear me properly? Your mic is still off, Alaika. Okay, Ismarika Paudel.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is second class lever?
The lever is said to be a second-class lever if a load is situated at any point between fulcrum and effort,
Can you tell me some examples?
like lemon squeezer
Mhm.
and nutcracker.
Good. Yes, fine. That's good. Wonderful. Okay, let me share you some pictures. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, go to that second class. Just go to second order. Okay, because these are some examples. So if you take the examples of the first class lever, this is a hammer here. Okay, hammer. At this point, this is a handle. So at this point, we hold it. We hold the hammer at this point. So it is effort, and the hammer is used to take out nails. So nail is load, and this one is fulcrum. So fulcrum lies between. Fulcrum is in between load and effort. So first class lever. So if you talk about pliers, okay, at this point we cut wire or something like that. So at this point we put load. This one is fulcrum and this one is effort. So fulcrum lies in between load and effort. Okay, we can see fulcrum in between load and effort. So it's first class lever. And if you talk about second class lever, this is wheelbarrow. So you might have seen this one. Okay, it is usually used in the constructing, while it is used in construction. Okay, so to carry construction materials like sand, cement, okay, brick. It is called wheelbarrow. So here at this point, at this place, we put sand or we put load. So this is where is written load. Okay, so load lies in between. This is called fulcrum. This one is called effort because we hold it. This is handle, so we apply force at this point. Okay, so fulcrum load is in between fulcrum and effort. So this is second class lever. So if you talk about nutcracker, so at this point we put load. So this is not means supadi, eh? सुपारी काट्ने हुन्छ नि 5 वर्षतिर हुन्छ यो इट इज युज टु क्रस बिटल नट हो कि सुपारी काट्ने so at this point there is beetle knot or beetle knot is taken as load. The load lies in between. This is effort because यहाँ हामीले समाप्छौँ. This is where we apply effort. This point at point E we apply effort. That is we put here load. This is beetle knot or you can say knot. And at this point it is balanced. So this is fulcrum. So हेर त्यहाँ के छ लोड बिचमा छ यहाँ साइड र साइडमा चाहिँ एफर्ट र फल्क्रम छ. सो यदि लोड बिचमा भयो भने सेकेन्ड क्लास लिभर हुन्छ र यदि फल्क्रम बिचमा भयो भने फर्स्ट क्लास लिभर. So students, are you clear about first class lever and second class lever? Okay, Pallav Sigdel, unmute please. Tell me what is second class lever. Pallav, question goes to you. Pallav, I cannot hear your sound. Okay, Eric John. Again, I cannot hear your sound. Pallav, sorry, Eric. Rahul Gimire is not there. Okay, Raj. Be quick, we are running out of time.
Sir,
What is second class lever?
when the load is between the fulcrum and effort, it is called second class lever.